Welcome back to Lunch with Doug. Today, Lynda Jones is going to be on the phone with us. She is running for Missouri State Representative District 125. Just a quick disclaimer for today's show. The views and opinions expressed by our guests today do not necessarily reflect those of our sponsors or the podcast itself. With that out of the way, we'll be back with Lynda Jones on the phone right after this.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Lunch with Doug, a unique and fun experience brought to you by the creative minds at the Music Exerbia Project. Today's episode is made possible thanks to the generous support of our esteemed sponsors. Harry Frog Graphics, your go-to destination for all things graphic, located at 150 North Commercial, Nevada, Missouri. Reach out to them at 417-381-1077. Karen McNair, your friendly neighborhood nutritionist. Dial 269-267-4644 to learn about the monthly information class or to schedule a personal consultation. Boutique Marketplace, featuring more than 17 vendors, including the second edition shop inside. Located at 500 East Cherry, Nevada, Missouri, at the historic Village Mall property where the new Elite Fitness Gym is currently located. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry, Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday, they welcome walk-ins, no appointment needed. American Legion Post Number 2, located at 402 East Cherry, Nevada, Missouri. Newly remodeled with a clean, fresh look, gaming machines, and new smoke eaters. Nevada Tobacco and Community Store, your local store next door at 125 West Cherry, Nevada, Missouri. Open 7 days a week, featuring a variety of snacks, Missouri lottery tickets, bottled drinks, and everyday products for everyone. Express Printing, offering print-based products, including banners, decals, signs, and vinyl decals upon request. Printed and cling-based removable decals for various applications. Conveniently located at 14144 East Highway 54, right next to Mr. D's. Contact them at 417-283-2056. Thank you for choosing to spend your lunchtime with us.
How are you today, Lynda?
I am great, Doug. So glad to talk with you.
I'm pretty elated. I don't usually get too many folks that are politicians on the show, so it's a real honor to have you on.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for thinking of me, and that always makes me smile when I get people think about me.
Sure. Oh yeah.
So you're real serious about this thing. You're getting close to the wire. Elections coming up. In fact, people can pre-vote now. Is that what you call it?
No excuse absentee voting. They can just go down to the courthouse and just walk in and say they want to vote. You don't have to have an excuse or anything. It's all this week and Saturday also up until November 4th. The voting day is November 5th. If you haven't voted before then, make sure you have a plan to get out and vote on Tuesday, November 5th.
Big election this year on Tuesday, November 5th.
Yes, it is. It's a very big election.
I think everyone's pretty on edge for this one.
That is true.
It might be. I think it might be the biggest election of at least the last 50 years, anyway. Maybe. What do you think about that?
Totally. Oh yeah, I do. I think freedom is at stake. I'm nervous about it. I've given myself permission to stress eat until after the election.
I think that's a fair decision.
Yeah.
So what got you into politics? Maybe some of the listeners don't know a lot about your backstory, but you've been doing some community type stuff for years and things, but now you really have kind of stepped up to the plate.
I have been involved in this community. I've been in the Nevada, the Vernon County area for 34 years, and I started as the Chamber of Commerce director here in Nevada and did that during the 90s. I've sold cell phones and I've done outdoor sales for office supplies, and I've just been around and in the community for a lot of years, served on several boards. I created the Big Serve in 2017 where we gather volunteers and we help people in their homes. And it became apparent to me that we could do a Big Serve every single weekend and not fully address the issues of poverty in this community. So then I looked at what politicians are doing in Jefferson City. They're not paying attention, or they're not putting any effort into making the lives of regular people better. They've moved taxes so that more of the tax burden is on middle class and lower class folks. They're reducing the taxes on the very wealthy. They don't fund things that are necessary for a good life. And I just felt like we need to have voices that correct that. We need to have people in office who have a different vision for how we live, especially in rural Missouri. Legislators have put their energy into doing things that restrict our privacy, restrict our health decisions, restrict our choices, our personal choices about our lives. And they need to be paying attention to making sure that people eat, making sure that people can pay their rent, making sure that people can live a prosperous life where people can go to work and earn a good wage instead of one that is hardly survivable. So I just decided that somebody needed to step up to the plate. No one else was coming up on it, and I decided that I would just go ahead and run.
Well, it's very exciting. I think I met you when you were on the Chamber of Commerce, and
yeah.
You were back then. You were booking my band at Bushwhacker Days, doing volunteering time to put on the festival for for the community, and that's exciting. And as a young individual, I was really inspired. You just treated us with a lot of respect, and even though we were young, and so it really stood out, and it's always exciting. So just hearing that, and a Big Serve is a huge project that I knew you were involved with that, but that's something that's carrying on from year to year, and that's something that you launched, and that's exciting as well.
It's really amazing when you get a lot of people to come together and work for the community. I mean, in our community, we have so many people who volunteer their time and devote so much time to making this community a better place. And we need the state to pitch in. A lot of people have a lot of really good ideas, and in order for those to come to fruition, sometimes you need, some financial help from the state. And that's where I would like to really focus a lot of effort.
Now, I know this might be kind of an elementary question, but what exactly does District 125, where would you represent?
No, that is not an elementary question. The boundaries get changed every 10 years, and we had a significant boundary change a couple of years ago. District 125 takes up all of Vernon County, the northern part of Cedar County, and then it takes the southern half of Bates County. So that's going to be Butler and Rich Hill. Basically, when you're talking about towns, you're talking El Dorado Springs, Nevada, Sheldon, Bernal, Rich Hill, Butler, and all the territory around those towns.
You would be talking to the local people. You'd be taking information that they have and things, and you would just be going back to the state. You go to Jeff City, and then how often do you do that?
The legislature is in session from January through May. They do they're in session 4 days a week, and sometimes those sessions are very, very long days. So basically, I'd be traveling back and forth, and then after May, by the middle or end of May, you're not in Jeff City so much. You're basically talking with people and working with people in your community.
All right. So you seem like you're real approachable. Maybe I think some of the misconception about politicians are that they're maybe not as approachable, but you seem very approachable. How do people kind of get in touch with you if they have something they'd like you to address?
They can call me at my phone number, which is 417-448-4495. They can also send me an email to Lynda Jones 4mo@outlook.com. And Lynda is spelled with a Y. Make sure it's Lynda Jones 4, and that's FOR, mo@outlook.com. One thing about being a state representative is because the district, it's just the most local elected position. And so a state representative is really close to the communities that we serve. And it enables us to be more approachable because we have fewer people that we're working with. I have a friend who's running for Congressional District 4, and that's 24 counties. That's a lot of people to think about and to talk about and to talk with and to get information from. So a state representative is kind of on the ground in the communities working with folks.
I already see you around out there. Well, we'll see you around more. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So we've talked a little bit about your community service. We've talked about kind of what your passion is for getting into office, and then What else? What else is there with Lynda coming into this position?
When I get elected, I would establish an office and I would have it staffed, and I would hold regular community meetings so that it's easy for people to interact with me. My focus is going to be economic development for rural areas, especially our rural area. A lot of economic development has happened in Missouri, but it's been focused on the cities. And those of us who live in small towns, we need jobs too. We need jobs that pay well. It doesn't take much to drive around and see that we need jobs that can pay people good wages so that they can not only pay their rent and not only pay the water bill and the other bills, but also take care of their property. I would have someone on my staff assigned to working with local governments so that they know what kind of grants and monies are available for their communities. Another thing that's really important to me is that when people work together, when groups of people work together and come up with ideas and come up with programs to improve their community, and they come and talk with me about ideas that they have or concerns that they have, I'm going to listen. I'm really going to listen to what folks say and make sure that I can help them make their good ideas come to fruition as best I can. I'm not saying I can do everything. I'm just going to say I will listen and I will do the very best I can to make good things happen for this community.
I think you've been collecting data for a while, huh?
Well, I have. It never feels like it's enough data. It never feels like I know as much as, I never will, but I try to be aware of what's going on and study as much as I can and read as much as I can. I've never been a state representative before. I know that there's a bunch of stuff that I will learn and I will need to know. And I have no idea what some of that information is going to be. I just really don't. So it's another new adventure, and new adventures are always fun. They're challenging. Sometimes the stuff makes you nervous, but just have to go ahead and just do it.
And you kind of have the time now for this. I understand you recently
retired. I did about 6 weeks ago. It's awesome that I can focus on my campaign and get some things done that I haven't been able to get done. So that's exciting. I love it.
I'm about out of time, but is there anything else you'd like to share with us today while we got you on the phone?
If folks want to get in touch with me, wonderful. And if folks want to vote for me, I really appreciate your support. I appreciate the folks who have worked with me to make this campaign happen. And I appreciate people making a plan to go and vote, either before the election or the day of the election. But I appreciate everybody's support.
Thanks for being on the show today, Lynda. I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Doug.
And thanks for your willingness to, serve for the people.
Okay. Thanks, Doug. I really appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. Another great show in the books. That was Lynda Jones, candidate for Missouri State Representative, District 125. Again, the views and opinions expressed by our guests today do not necessarily reflect those of our sponsors or the podcast itself. Thanks for spending your lunchtime with us.
Today's episode is made possible thanks to the generous support of our esteemed sponsors. Harry Frog Graphics, your go-to destination for all things graphic, located at 150 North Commercial, Nevada, Missouri. Reach out to them at 417-381-1077. Karen McNair, your friendly neighborhood nutritionist. Dial 269-267-4644 to learn about the monthly information class or to schedule a personal consultation. Boutique Marketplace, featuring more than 17 vendors, including the second edition shop inside. Located at 500 East Cherry, Nevada, Missouri, at the historic Village Mall property where the new Elite Fitness Gym is currently located. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry, Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday, they welcome walk-ins, no appointment needed. American Legion Post No. 2, located at 402 East Cherry, Nevada, Missouri. Newly remodeled with a clean, fresh look, gaming machines, and new smoke eaters. Nevada Tobacco and Community Store, your local store next door at 125 West Cherry, Nevada, Missouri. Open 7 days a week, featuring a variety of snacks, Missouri lottery tickets, bottled drinks, and everyday products for everyone. Express Printing, offering print-based products, including banners, decals, signs, and vinyl decals upon request. printed and cling-based removable decals for various applications. Conveniently located at 14144 East Highway 54, right next to Mr. D's. Contact them at 417-283-2056.